Oh, namaste. Welcome everybody to satsang today.
If it is destined for me to become, how to say, awakened, it is destined. If not, whatever I do,
Okay.
it is not destined.
Okay.
A second, what are your recommendation for me to die right?
To die right.
Yes.
Maybe that's not in your hands either. If it's like this, if what you're saying is true, I want to make a comment about it. It reminds me of a story I used to tell. Many of you probably know it. Once there was a man, he would go every day for satsang. He was a busy man, shopkeeper. Every day he goes to satsang. At the end, when the shop is closed, close up shop he goes, he sits at the feet of his Guruji and he would listen to her. She would speak on so many different topics. But he came one day and he sat at the front, you know. He always made sure he sat right at the front. Sometimes he would fall asleep even, so tired, but he wanted to be at Guruji's feet. One day, he's sitting there and she say, like you just said, whatever it is that is your last thought before leaving the body, this will prepare you for your next birth. Your last thought is going to prepare you for your next birth. So these words struck very deeply into his being. He had never heard anything like this before. He said, wow. He could not sleep. He was reflecting on it all the time, these words. He said, the last thought will determine my next birth. He was like this. And all through the continuing days and weeks and months, this thought never left him. In the course of time, he had 2 sons, twins. This is what happened. He said to himself, perfect. There's nobody who is going to be as close to me in my life like my boys. Nobody's going to be more close. Not even my wife is not going to be close like my boys. So this is what he did. He named one son Rama and other son Krishna. He said, if I'm dying, the last thing I'm going to think is my boys. And so I'll call Rama and Krishna. And then last thought, I go to Rama Krishna. So he felt completely that he had really got life worked out. He was a shrewd businessman. He continued with his business every day, calculating, counting his money, everything. That was his fun. But he always had a sense inside himself, at least on my last day, I've got it secure now. Because whatever happens, I'll be calling my sons. The last word on my lips will be the name of God, Rama or Krishna. As it happened, later he developed cancer, and very fast it spread in his body. The boys now are teenagers. They are working with him in the shop. But father cannot work in the shop now. He's very, very ill. He's in hospital. The moment is coming. The doctor sends for the boys. Boys, come quickly, father is about to leave. The boys rush to hospital. The father is in bed. His breathing is fading, painful. Then he finds himself saying, Rama, Krishna. Then he felt in his heart very happy. Very happy. I'm about to leave. I'm going to Rama and Krishna. Rama, Krishna, like this. Suddenly the boys come, one on each side of the bed, holding the hand of father. Father, father, we're here, we're here. Rama, Krishna. The breath is now about, the last breath is coming. Rama, Krishna. Then just as the last breath is coming, he finds himself saying, if you are both here, who is looking after the shop? So what happened is the stronger thought, which he had not calculated, would be present with him, meaning that his business mind was not strong enough to overcome. You see, he was thinking, yeah, I will always call Rama Krishna, but the last thought, the strongest thought, the hidden thought, the suppressed thought came up last moment, and that was the last breath sent out. if you're both here together, who is looking after the shop? Where's more is concerned, you see. So even this one you cannot guarantee, you see. If it is what, following your line of speaking, you say, if I have no control over whether, as Ramana says, what is destined to happen will happen even if I try to prevent it. What is destined to happen is going to happen whether I try to stop it from happening. Like this. So what to do? Many people say, well, I mean, what to do? I mean, what difference does my effort make when it's not in my hands what happened? This misunderstanding. This is misunderstanding. It's not in my hands what to happen. Awakening to the truth is not an event. You are already that. You are already this. But recognition of this has to take place. For this you have come to satsang. Why did you come to satsang? You are maybe 200 people here. Why you are here? You have many friends and families. They are not here. Why you are here? What brought you here? Because something, I feel, wants to, longs to discover something that feels missing. You want to complete your circle. Something, this is my feeling. Some urge to be free or to discover the truth, to go beyond our self-imposed boundaries or whatever. Something must be there to bring you to a place like this, in the hot sun. Something must be there to bring you here. You say, if it's not up to me, what happened? The destiny that Ramana talked about is the destiny of the body-mind functioning, not of who you really are. Not of who you really are. So the attitude, there's nothing for me to do, because if it's going to happen, it will be a apple on the head. What I can do about this. This is not the right attitude. You are the beingness. You are not being spoken to as a person. I don't address you as one person to another person, but as consciousness to consciousness. And the topic is consciousness. It is different. If I speak to you as a person, then you have to move things about and change things and practice and become better at doing something. But when you are addressed as consciousness, it is enough that understanding occurs, because understanding is the broom that sweeps away all that is not true. It is the fire that will burn all that is not true. This is the power of real understanding. You see? The fact is, you are that. Choicelessly. It's not even a choice you make. I am going to be this even. And already, because you're here asking these questions, this truth is already germinating in terms of its opportunity of revealing itself to itself in this body. It's already a movement occurring.